All right, welcome back, everybody. In this week's installment of Inside Wealth, Robert Frank is taking a look at AI billionaires. Robert, it's great to see you.
Good morning, Becky. Great to see you. Good to see you, Joe. Now, dozens of new billionaires have been created just this year from new and existing AI companies. There are now 498 AI unicorns. That's private AI companies with valuations of over $1 billion. That's according to CB Insights. 100 of them were created just in the last 2 years. And if you look at AI companies valued at over $100 billion, there are now 1,300. Now, some of the new private AI billionaires include all 7 co-founders of Anthropic, which is just out there raising money now at a potential valuation of over $170 billion. That's up from $61 billion back in March. Alexander Wang, the co-founder of Scale, got a $14 billion investment from Meta. His co-founder, Lucy Guo, also a billionaire, just bought a $30 million mansion in L.A. Now, the 4 founders of Perplexity, now also likely billionaires, with its valuation of $18 billion. And Mira Murati, who launched Thinking Machines Lab back in February after leaving OpenAI, has already raised $2 billion despite not having a single product or revenue. Now, publicly traded companies also creating record wealth. We see that a lot. NVIDIA has created at least a half a dozen billionaires now, along with Jensen Huang, who is now the 8th richest person in the world, worth $157 billion. And CoreWeave creating 4 new billionaires with CEO Mike Intrater, worth over $7 billion. For the full story and the full lineup of today's AI billionaires and the wealth boom, sign up for the latest Inside Wealth newsletter out tomorrow morning at cnbc.com/InsideWealth. That's cnbc.com/InsideWealth.
I mean, the numbers are growing so quickly that it's hard to even keep track. We've got a story out this morning that OpenAI is now in talks to consider a $500 billion valuation at this point. So trying to keep track of how quickly this is growing, you think back, and the numbers are bigger this time around, but it does feel a little like the dot-com bubble. Now, I know some of these companies are making a ton of money. I'm not talking about all of them. Some of them deserve rich valuations. But if you've got over 1,100 of them that are now getting to that point, you start to wonder which ones stick, which ones last, which ones don't.
So the piece I wrote for tomorrow is all about comparing this boom with the dot-com boom and how the wealth is different. And the big difference is back then everyone was IPOing. We saw blank.com go public every day, and there was usually one founder. Yeah. Now they're able to stay private longer because of all the capital that's willing to keep them going into these companies despite being private. So that wealth is less liquid, and it's also
could it disappear like that?
It could disappear. And to your point, these valuations are based on what these sovereign wealth funds and family offices are willing to pay for these companies. Now, we don't know.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the top guys. I think they are far more stable. But if you're talking
and they have revenue,
right, and they have revenue, and in some cases, earnings.
What was surprising to me, like Mira Murati's company, this is a company with no product, no revenue, and they're already worth, I think, $12 billion valuation.
And it's not a zero-sum game. This is not a zero-sum game. It's wealth creation in this great country from innovation. We got to win this. We got to win this now. This is an unbelievably great thing you're talking about right now because billionaires are good. They're not bad. And people like Elizabeth Warren and
it's revived San Francisco.
It is. But this is new wealth, and it's leading the world in the creation of this new business,
100%.
just like the internet is, too.
No other country
and to not
does
celebrate it, I'm just getting that out right now because I don't want to hear people complaining about how terrible billionaires are because this wealth didn't exist before. They didn't steal it from anyone. They didn't take it from the poor. This is creating new wealth, new jobs, new tax revenue, rich shareholders that also pay capital gains taxes. Right. It's all good.
We weren't complaining.
I know. You know,
he's
anticipating the Twitter
storm. I feel
storm.
Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders watching you going, I want to kill Robert Furry.